Yeah. Well, Carl, we're putting that to the test. I did a poll of you guys, and you said open up a 30K account and trade it a little more aggressively than you normally would. And we're doing that. We're up 1.2% this week. Got to keep it up for next week. So I'm furiously looking at different stocks I might want to buy or sell, whatever. I want to furiously take a nap. But we got to look at this. Yeah, I'm trying to just do a metric I like to look at, trailing 12 free cash. And I like it. I've always loved Zuck, and I don't know what, everyone who's an old school Shkreli stream watcher knows how bullish we got on Meta when it was getting killed. But, it went on a fucking generational tear afterwards. So it's sort of still on that generational tear. It doesn't mean, I love buying stocks after they've gone up. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And a recession makes Zuck stronger. Yeah, that was one of my best calls ever. No, I think he's still putting a lot of money in VR. I think people understand it better now. And he's putting a lot of money in AI too. It's a boy coming out in August. Yeah, I'll trade options. I'd like to get up a little bit in profit first before I start gambling. S&P now down 4.4%. I know all about Adobe, don't worry. If IonQ if IonQ makes a working quantum computer by 2030, I will name the child IonQ. Mom's about to get pissed off. That does a useful. Yeah, I'll name him Chad Rigetti. Name a useful that can do chores on 100 digits. Oh, my little baggie. Your little bag holder. You bought D-Wave. You watch strategy. You think Michael Saylor's smart. Yeah. Intelligent leverage. No, my woman is American. Maybe a little German. Let's see. She speaks a lot of languages. She's very good with the languages. She knows Carolyn Ellison IRL. How funny is that? No joke. She definitely speaks Jason. She's a master computer programmer. She's a better computer programmer than me, although I'm not sure that's saying much. IRL is in real life. The grippy. She's not really a quant. How do I stay motivated? Good question. Revenge. Humanity will pay for what they did to me. When I have the antidote to the virus, and everyone has to pay me again. Wait, did I say that shit out loud? There's no virus, there's no antidote. Relax, it's okay. Everything's okay. Let's get back to work here. I've had to explain jokes in the courtroom. It was really funny. A little uncomfortable, but I had these pleaser Dow idiots in court, or they had me in court, and they were like, well, what did you mean when you said this? And I go, from time to time on the internet, one engages in speech and different patterns of language and communication that involve unseriousness, sarcasm, and different other mechanisms by which the user elicits humor. And that humor is then understood to be not to be taken seriously. And it certainly isn't meant to be heard in a courtroom. So, I hope that explains the message behind that. It's commonly referred to as trolling. And the older lawyer is like, never heard of it. What? What are you talking about? What's it? Are you a literal troll? What? I don't understand. I am not Jewish. Why do you ask? There are very few Albanian Jews, it turns out. It's amazing how much anti-Semitism is on the rise as well. I'm shocked. Hey, yeah, there's just a lot of very strange behavior on the internet. I hope it stops, but what can you do? Some people are... Yeah, when you say Semitic, we're sort of... it's not of an outdated term. Yeah, it's definitely age old. It might give way to agents. Agents have become the most successful. So it's like Jewish people are like, "Oy vey, thank you, Chinese guy, you have saved me. Everyone is persecuting me. Now you're making all the money. Enjoy, mazel." Being from New York, it's a very Jewish city. And so, you know, I dated a lot of Jewish girls growing up and had a lot of great Jewish friends. So it's frustrating to see. Yeah, you should be able to get along with anyone, for crying out loud. Yeah. All right. Done crunching. Cool. Okay. It's a really funny company. So Facebook's TTM, free cash flow, in Q4 21, when they had revenue of 34 billion, okay? The free cash flow is 39 billion. Fast forward to today, 3 years later, revenue was 48 billion. Let me see what the TTM revenue here was. TTM revenue is 118 versus 164. I'm trying to figure out how much margins expanded. They expanded quite a lot. I gotta look at the margin section, I suppose. But let me see here. Let me try another thing here. Okay, 38% growth in free cash flow over 3 years. But let's do TTM revenue, which is really not often done. Okay, yeah, so basically no free cash flow margin expansion, which tells me that, you know, they're sandbagging earnings a little bit by buying GPUs. And that, let's see, they do 180. Then you have to add back the losses from the Reality Labs. Hey, 18 times earnings, basically, for what seems to be decent growth. I mean, revenue is growing really fast right now, but you know, they had a weird period there where that was when we bought it, when revenue growth was pretty dilapidated. We got some AI optionality, yeah, that's true. You can look at EBIT, sure, EBITDA. there's a lot of ways to look at it, but I think you have one of the best management teams in space, right? So to the extent the guy gets into payments or whatever, he can make a lot work. Yeah, VR, metaverse. I mean, there's nobody like Zuck. So it's a very safe company. Um, that between that, Google and Nvidia, I mean, you can't really argue with the quality of these companies. The prices, you can argue a little bit. Like Apple, Apple, I'm just skeptical on. I have to buy one share. How pathetic is that? Okay, we bought one share Meta. 508.76. Small ass account right here. Well, you guys are the ones who picked my portfolio size, so. Yeah, I mean, look, users, they've got every user on the planet. There's no more users. There's no more users to get. It's just about user minutes now.